hope, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about a foundation that is only $4 that is quite amazing. So, I'm going to show you a little demo of it. I'm going to chit chat about it, and yeah, let's just get started. This is the LA Colors Truly Matte Long Wearing High Pigment Foundation. They have a dewy one. I have not tried that. I've tried this one, and I have to say I have really loved it, and I think it's crazy because it's only $4. So I have to say that this has impressed me a lot. And I've had this for about a week now, and I've been playing with it a few days now, and I really have been enjoying this. So I have normal to dry skin actually, so for this matte foundation to work this well for me, I'm very impressed. Of course, my primer does contribute a lot to it. So today I'm going to show you how I apply this. I use my Real Techniques face and body sponge, so this massive thing that is stained and dirty because I don't wash it enough. And then I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Dewy primer and prime my face with this first. I'm going to do my full face with this, show you how this applies, and yeah. I first learned about this foundation, I swear I talk about Andrea in like all my videos, but Andrea Lee. And I'm friends with her here on YouTube. We did a collab together, and she's just awesome. So she has reviewed a lot of LA Colors. I can link her video down in my description box. She has reviewed a lot of LA Colors products, which I want to do as well. She actually has tested out a bunch of LA Colors products, and I know LA Girl is in Ulta, but LA Colors is like that cheap one you can find at like your local Family Dollar store. And a lot of people always pass by because they're like, oh, it's cheap, I don't really think it'd be very good. But Andrea actually reviewed a lot of good products from there, or a lot of products that she found that were good, and this was one that I picked up. And I knew she had talked about an LA Colors one. I wasn't completely sure if it was this one, and I looked back and it was this one. And I tried it and I thought, wow, that was really good. So I picked up the shade Natural. I can't remember this. I think this was the lightest shade that was there. They might have a website. I can try and see and look and whatever. I'll link this product down below. Of course, in the primer and everything I use. But this does come with a pump. It's a plastic container, but it looks like glass, so it looks nice. It's only $4. If a $4 foundation can come with a pump, why can't all these foundations come with a pump? So, granted, the pump is a little bit janky, but I can deal with it because it's only $4. Especially because drugstore foundations are creeping up so much now. I just picked up one from Neutrogena, $15. I like it, but it's $15. I think that this is a pretty good color match for me. I was looking at the dewy ones because I was thinking about buying that one too, and I just didn't. And that one does look like it is a lot darker, like their lightest shade is not this light, I don't think. So I like to apply this foundation with a sponge, and I think that this, whenever I apply it, I feel like it gives me like a comfort matte finish, which is what I like, because it's not too drying on my skin, and then by pairing it with a dewy primer, it just works even better. Just see that it covers a lot of imperfections, but it's not too full coverage, which is why I like it. It's not like too intense, but it gives me a nice natural finish. And, oh, I didn't even see this. They give you 1.35 fluid ounces, which most normal foundations, they only give you 1 fluid ounce. So the fact that this $4 one gives you even more is amazing. So this is one layer of it, and I think it does a very beautiful job of covering. Like it says on the packaging, like a high pigment foundation, and I think this is a very like high pigmented foundation because I didn't have to use a lot. I think I pumped 2 pumps on my hand, and which may seem like a lot. I'm also using a sponge, but I feel like their pump doesn't give me that much, and I just feel like it's a good medium-ish finish. It says yeah, like a high pigment. It's not going to be a cakey foundation. It's not a completely full flawless. I have some like the Milani Conceal and Perfect. That's a full coverage. The Maybelline Superstay is a pretty full coverage. But this is like a good medium, but it can build up. So I'm going to put on another layer just to show you that it can build up. You can still see some freckles under my eyes, which is fine. You can still see a little bit of my acne scarring, but not a lot. And I think This just does a beautiful job of covering up, and it still looks natural. Like, I don't think it looks like you're wearing a lot of foundation, which is another reason why I love this so much. It looks like it oxidizes a little bit. Like, if I just swatch this on my hand, I'll watch it dry and show you that it does a little bit. But I honestly, I have been so, like, lately at the drugstore, I feel like a lot of foundations have been oxidizing. I don't know why I feel like that, but I think it's just, I don't know. Every time I try foundation, I feel like it always ends up oxidizing or shifting at least a little bit. So I'm not really too surprised. It's only when some get like really like dark. But this one isn't bad at all. So I just squirted another like pump and a half on my hand, and I have a lot of extra. So for 2 layers, you really don't even need that much. I always end up getting too much with this one actually when I go for a second layer. So the swatch is kind of dried, and then that's the new swatch. So it definitely does get darker, as you can tell. I just swatched that, and you see how that one's darker. So it does definitely darken, but also that's just kind of as it dries. A lot of foundations do that. So they're not always going to stay super, I mean, it's not a big difference, but it does, like, when it sets, it does get a little darker. So this is what it looks like with about 2 layers. I think it is such a nice comfort matte finish, but it's not too mattifying. And obviously, if you were to wear a normal like primer that's not a dewy primer, then it would be more mattifying. Obviously I have a dewy primer on underneath, so it does help a little bit keep the dewiness in my skin, which is what I love. If I ever find a matte finish foundation, I always pair it with a dewy primer, because it always looks better on my skin because my skin is normal to dry. So I think it looks great. I'll zoom in so you guys can see a little bit. I have a little bit of pores around my nose, but I feel like even though it actually doesn't enhance them too bad, some foundations are really bad with that. And my chin has that milia, I think that's how it's pronounced, around it. And actually, I think that it does a good job of covering but not enhancing that either. And I do have a lot of acne on my chin. I have like scarring. So yeah, I think LA Colors did a fabulous job with this foundation. I think it looks incredible on my skin. It's a nice medium coverage, like I said. It's not too, what's the word? It's not like it's too much. It doesn't feel heavy. I can barely feel it on my skin. I haven't even set it yet. It looks great. I love it. I think it looks amazing. It wears all day. I haven't tested it on like a school day where I would like get up and put my makeup on at 6 in the morning and not take it off till like 9 o'clock at night. I haven't tested that long, which by the end of the day, most foundations that I'm wearing that late are completely just gone. But the ones that I have tested this for like a good probably 6 hours-ish, and it did look good at the end of the day. So I think it's a great foundation. It's really, for $4, I mean, you can't beat it. That just goes to show that you don't need to spend like $40, $50, $60 on a high-end foundation. Go pick up some LA Colors. Let me know any other products you would like me to do a specific kind of review demo. I can definitely do that. Let me know down in the comments. I think I want to share with you my favorite foundations for the summertime, because I have some good ones that I found recently that I like to wear in the summer, and this is one of them. Because it's not, this would be more of one that I would wear if I want to have some makeup on, but I don't want like too heavy, because it's summertime, you're hot, whatever. If I were to be on a date or like be out with friends or something, that would be kind of fun to have this. Not fun, but this would be useful, because then it would be like I have been put together, but yet it's not like heavy full makeup, but I still look put together. It doesn't even look like I'm really wearing makeup, which is what I love. I think it is smooth, and obviously you can tell when you're wearing foundation, but it doesn't look like cakey and everything. After that video was dragged on and on and on, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you will subscribe to my channel and stick around. I'd love to have you become part of the Simply Hope family. I feel like we should get a name for that. If you guys have a creative name for like the Simply Hope family, that's what I always call it, but come up with a creative name. Help me come up with one. I'd love to hear that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!